Hello, party people. It just kept spinning around. I don't know. You know. How we do it? Good morning. I'm here. Let me get this figured out. Hello, hello. It's Randy for Thunder Horse Ascendant. I was trying to get it to go and it wouldn't go. So I don't know. But hopefully it's live now. Oh, there. I see some morning people. Good morning, Fern. I'm going to open up the chat over here so I can see the comments faster. Or try to. No, you don't. Mr. Bunsen, get down. Get down. He's just staring at me from the corner. Good morning, Tony. How are you guys doing? I'm just doing a little check-in here. Just doing a check-in. I've been gone for a few days. Oh my goodness. So I was going to tell you guys, oh, Stacia's on. Hi, Stacia. If you're on, my video isn't playing. Good morning, Karen. No, I was having technical difficulty there for a moment. Mr. Bunson's walking around on the kitchen counter. Hi, Nancy. Hope you're feeling better. Well, let me get this cat off the counter. Hold on. Yeah, you. Go ahead. Well, I tell you what, I'm really not. You say hello, Mr. Bunton. Let the people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really not doing too good. I'm waiting for my Monday appointment. I have an appointment on Monday. So if you're not aware, what happened to me, which I think everybody is, but the moral of the story is on Wednesday, because on Wednesday I go out to the beat store. I was driving and whatever, everything was fine. I was driving and I lost vision in my left eye, and like the outer rim of my eye, like your peripheral, and basically like half of my eye was like really blurry. And it was weird because I was on the phone with my friend Melissa and I told her, I was like, I have to pull over. Like, I think something's happening to me. And she was like, what? So I pull over, found a place to pull over, and I was like panicking because I'm a panicker. And anyway, so she was like, well, just calm down and flush it out with water and see if maybe you just got something in there. And I thought, well, I had pumped gas and I had used hand sanitizer. I thought maybe I touched my eye or something. So whatever. So I flushed it out and then it started to come back. So I was like, okay, well, it's probably fine. And I just sat there for a little while, and then I called Jeff and I told him what was going on, and he was like, well, are you still going to go to the store? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, if anything happens, we just recently moved here, but I used to live in St. Croix Falls. So I just felt a little more comfortable with St. Croix. Like, I know their hospital, all my friends are there, at the bead store. So I was like, well, if anything happens, probably it'll be fine. So I go down there, and then when I went to, I had to go to the accountant's office. So I went to the accountant, and then I thought, gee, I'm really tired. I better swing in and get a coffee. So I went to the gas station, and then Jeff told me, get some Visine for your eye because that's his disc golf water, and maybe it has bacteria. So I was like, okay. So I went to the gas station, I got my Visine, and I was like, I'm going to get a coffee. So I was holding the coffee cup with my left hand, and I was pushing the creamer button with my other hand, and my left hand just went numb. And I dropped the coffee, and coffee was everywhere. And I was like, that's weird. So I was standing there and this guy was looking at me all upset at the cash register. And so I was like, okay. And I was going like this. I was like, maybe it's in my head, you know? And I was going like this and I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel anything. And I was like, what? So I was like, okay, I paid for my stuff. I went out to the car and I went to take a drink and my tongue and like the roof of my mouth was all numb. And I was like, oh, okay, I think it's time. I think it's time. So I went over to the bead store because I wanted to let somebody know what was going on with me. And plus, they all have Jeff's number and everything. And I didn't know what was going to happen. So I went over there. I told Diane and Amber, and I was like, listen, this is what's going on. I said, maybe it's stress. Maybe I'm just stressed out. Maybe it's just something weird. Maybe it's my neck. Maybe they were like, Randy, this sounds like, something maybe pretty serious. You should probably go to the doctor. So I was like, okay. So Amber took me to the hospital, and bless her heart, she stayed with me all day. We were there for quite a long time, 7 hours, I think. And it was St. Patrick's Day, and there was some real rough stuff going on in there, man. Oh, I was just praying for this one lady. I won't tell about her business, but it was rough. Anyway, so we stay there. I did the CT scan because they wanted to rule out blood clots and stroke. So they did that. Okay. So they tell me, well, these symptoms are a symptom of a lot of things. It could be like untreated, undiagnosed diabetes. It could be high blood pressure. It could be, could be COVID. Could be, it could be a lot of things. So we don't know. They said it could be related to stress. You could have a pinch vein in your back. Could, whatever. So the guy says, well, there's no emergent situation right now, so we're going to send you home. We need you to follow primary care provider. I said, okay. So I went home. I called Jeff. Of course, poor Jeff's just freaking out. So I call him and he says, and the whole time he's like, do you want me to come down there? I'll come down there. I'll just drive down. And I was like, there's no point in having 2 vehicles down here when Amber's here. She can just bring me home. Like, stop freaking out. It's going to be fine. He was freaking out. I was kind of freaking out. But I was like, one of us freaking out is good enough. So, whatever. I come home and that night was fine. The next day, I felt fine. I made earrings. And then later on that night, I didn't feel good. And I was like, there wasn't any other symptoms or anything. I got my insurance figured out and I got my appointment set up for Monday. Hi. And so I'm just waiting because it's I don't have a primary care doctor here. So they had to set me up with a new one and they can only take so many new patients and whatever. So anyways, so I got this appointment on Monday. So I was like, well, okay, it's fine. Good morning, Rosanna. Good morning. Francis, hi, Mr. Bunsen. So I was like, well, it's fine. I'll wait until Monday. So, okay. So then that night I didn't feel very good. The next morning I woke up and I didn't feel very good in the afternoon. I just laid down in the afternoon. Was that yesterday? No. Anyway, but then yesterday, I told Jeff, I was like, I don't know. We might have to go in. Yesterday, so like everything was fine in the morning. I was sitting here. I had called a couple of my friends and you guys had said, oh, just relax and do the bead bazaar. And I was going to do that. So I had my little box of earrings up here. I was just going to sit here and make earrings. And I thought, oh, it'll be fine. So then like 2 hours into the morning, I was talking on the phone to my girlfriend. I was outside. I came in and I lost the vision in my other eye, in the right side. And it wasn't gone completely. It was just like real blurry. And then when your vision gets messed up, it like makes you dizzy. So then I almost fell down in the kitchen. So then Jeff comes down here. Good morning, Randy, from Colorado Springs. Good morning, Deborah. Sorry you have to listen to my horribleness in the morning. Anyway, My other eye now got all weird. And so then I was freaking out. So Jeff was upstairs and I was texting him because I yelled for him, but he was, I don't know, I think he was sleeping. And then he came down here and I had just, by the time he got down here, it had been happening for like 7 minutes and it was kind of starting to go away. It was like getting less, you know? And then I got this headache in the middle of my head and like all in my, it was so bad, like migraine headache. And I just laid there for like 4 hours. Lights in. Yeah. So that was not good. And I was telling him, this is not good. I was like, don't talk to me. Just go away. Like I couldn't even talk to him because he was so loud. And so I was just laying there, I was resting. So then he said, well, he was going to go get some food and he was going to, get some stuff to cook and whatever. So then he cooked. He came back from golf and he came back and he cooked. And then I ate. I didn't want to eat. I didn't feel like eating, but I ate and then I felt better. And so I was like, okay. I felt like a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And then in the nighttime, I felt better altogether. This morning, I feel good. Yeah. This morning I feel good, but I don't know. It's real strange. So I'm just waiting for Monday. What are you guys doing? Reading the comments. Yeah, so then I was telling Jeff, like, so throughout this whole time too, this weirdness is going on here, like with my eyes. My eyes are all puffy and they're itchy. Like I want to scratch them out. And I take allergy medicine every day because I have urticaria, so I always take allergy medicine. Anyway, so I told the doctor that too, and I told him, all that, but anyway. So, but my eyes are really itchy and they're really puffy. But I told Jeff to look in my eye when my other eye went out or whatever. He said it wasn't like twitching or anything. And so it looked kind of rough, but yeah. So that's what I'm doing. That's what's going on. I don't know. I'm just like waiting. I'm just waiting. I've just been home just waiting to see what the doctor's going to say. Good morning, Donna. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. It's supposed to go in there on Monday. Docs can find out what's going on. Yeah, honestly, I've talked to quite a few of the descendants and also just, the random people have messaged me. And the common theme that I hear from people who've had experiences is that it might be untreated diabetes. Like that's the common thread that I keep hearing. Hey, get out of that plant. You get out of that plant. Dad, kick your butt. Mr. Bunson's over there eating bonsai plants. Especially since when I ate, like maybe my blood sugar was not great or something and I got better, or I don't know. So I'm gonna ask him to test me for that. I'm gonna get tested for COVID when I go. I'm gonna get tested for what was the other thing he said? There was another thing. I can't remember what it was. Keeping you in my prayers. Well, thank you so much for all you guys' prayers. I thought I would just do a check-in. I know you're like, Ryan's been, what is she doing? Where's she been? In the process of using the jade butterflies. Oh, wonderful. You guys, I made a bunch of earrings. I just sat up here yesterday and it was so funny because I felt bad. You know when I feel bad because this is what I do. I did it when Bear was sick too. Like, I don't know why I do this. This is just what I do. I bring a bunch of my stuff that's down in the basement in the studio, beading stuff, up here to the upstairs. I have like this big tub of beading stuff, and then I just sit here at the kitchen table and I just do whatever, like little tiny things. So I made a whole bunch of earrings yesterday. And then when I felt good, and then when I started to not feel good, Jeff was trying to make me feel better. So he made some earrings, because I don't know if you know this, but Jeff knows how to bead. So he was like, oh, look at my earrings. Here they are. He made these, which I thought was cute. Made these little, I don't know if you can see them. Made these little rose quartz, little drops. And then he posted them up online, and one of the Thunder Horse descendants just snapped them right up as they normally do. Oh, a Jeff Ham original, just send that over. So I made him go through the whole process of putting it on Etsy. Because I was like, quit trying to make more work for me. Put that on Etsy then. I'll show you how to do it. But that was funny. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. But for the most part, like, I don't know. In the afternoon, I just feel kind of weird sometimes. And I get kind of dizzy sometimes. Good to see you, Randy, but do take care of yourself. You look sort of tired. Yeah. Cyber hugs. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I look sort of tired, and that's fine. I'm just like, I was like, well, I'll just get on here and show you what it's all about, really. But also, I was like, thing on my eye. I don't know. I'm like a little concerned about that. So that's what's been going on with me. Today we are going to. I'm gonna like do more of that. I'm just gonna sit up here and just make earrings. I was trying to watch the Beat Bazaar, or the Beat, not the Beat Bazaar, the Beat Extravaganza. I watched a couple of things, and I was just like, I'm too tired for this. So I think I watched The Morning People. I watched Andrew, and I watched who was the next one? Not Candy. Maybe Allergies to the Cat. Well, I have allergies, but we've had Mr. Bunsen for a long time. Okay, so let me tell you about urticaria if you're not aware what that is. So the reason that a lot of my medical stuff is real hard to differentiate from is because I have like really acute urticaria. So if you've ever been involved in one of my lemongrass spa parties, I talk about it like real in depth. But for the most part, basically what that means is I'm allergic to myself. I'm allergic to the sun. I'm allergic to water. I'm allergic to a bunch of different types of red dyes and orange dyes and emotional. I'm allergic to my own sweat. Basically what it means is that your body makes too much histamine. Okay, so everybody's body makes histamine. Mine makes an excessive amount of histamine. And that's what happens like when you have an allergic reaction, you swell up and you get in hives and you get really itchy and you get sick and stuff like that when you have like an allergic reaction, like when people eat shellfish who shouldn't eat shellfish, it's like that. Glad you were going to see the doctor. Positive vibes for healing. Thank you. Yeah. So there is like 6 or 7 types of urticaria. I have all of them. And I got them when I was young. When I was 6. I got it when I was 6 is when it onset for me. And I basically, like, if I work out, like if I do any kind of extraneous activity or I raise my body temperature, my whole body will break out into hives. And not like little, like you got a little rash or whatever, like swell up and close your throat hives. So I try to tend to not do those things, which is real hard and has made, it's like a whole thing. It's like made my whole like body image and things like that be real messed up throughout my life. Never thought about diabetes when we talked. Definite possibility. Blood test would confirm this. Yeah. Well, my mom has diabetes. She says she doesn't. She's one of these who's like, I'm not going, but she's been diagnosed. My grandma had it. My grandma died. My mom's mom had passed away from complications of diabetes. But anyway, so I have this urticaria, and so that causes problems with like when I try to get other things looked at. I'm like, hey, this is happening, and they're like, oh, is this a symptom? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because I have that all the time. You know, like, because they asked me when I went in, they said, oh, are you itchy? I said, I'm always itchy because I have urticaria. Always itchy. Are you, you know, they just ask these different things. So, I will talk to him about that. But I did hear that, Mayo is really driving hard into like looking at urticaria now. They never used to. They were just like, oh, that's the thing you have. Don't do those activities. There's no cure for it. There's no medication. How's that spelled? Urticaria? URTTICIA? It's with a T. And it's a skin condition. But it's connected to like your emotional, like, you know, when you get upset, you get angry, you make sweat a little bit, and you just like, oh yeah, I can't do that because I'll just break out in hives everywhere. And the problem with that is that they're not just on the outside of my body, they're on the inside of my body. So this makes other parts of my body angry. And so, like, you know, I get upset stomach, I faint sometimes, I like can't breathe very well because the hives will get pressed on my lungs and make them agitated, and like just different things like that. Yeah. So there's different types. There's the kind, my brother has that kind where you can write on your arm. You write a word and then it swells up really big. I don't have that. But I have the cold one. Like if I go outside and it's cold, then those are really bad. And I have the hot one where if I go outside and it's hot and the sun's out, that's really bad. And emotional and water and sweat. And then different random food dyes, like definitely all the reds, oranges, yellows, which is real hard because they put that preservative and dyes in a lot of food. Like if I eat Cheetos, because you know they have that red 40 or yellow 5 or whatever is in there with the dye, nope, this girl's out. My whole mouth will just be swollen and you can see a red ring. If you've ever seen me online and I have a red ring around my mouth, that's because I ate something I wasn't supposed to eat, like hot sauce or something red. Yeah. So it's a problem. But anyway, good morning, Clarisse. Miss you. Yeah, I'll be back. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine. I'll be back. I'm gonna go to. I have positive vibes about my appointment. I've been having positive vibes about my appointment. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to tell you that I heard urticaria is really being looked into by the Mayo Clinic now because there has been some reactions to recent stuff. They started looking into it last year. I don't know. I'm not going to say or do or say anything about that, but that's just what I heard. So that's nice. But yeah, I have some positive vibes about it. I'm going to go and I'm just going to figure out what's going on. I mean, I guess that's all I can do. Me and Jeff have been talking about things that I'm going to try to do for my business. Maybe like if, hope for the worst or hope for the best, plan for the worst. So like if there is something that, and we need to make some changes or we need to do some stuff and I might be out for a while, we've discussed, I've reached out to some people and I'm asking them to help me with my business if I do have to be out for a while, or maybe just help me with my business because maybe I have stress and I need some help. So we talked about that. We got some stuff going on. Hello. Can you eat beef? They sometimes put red dye in to make beef. Yeah, I can eat beef. My daughter cannot eat Cheetos or cheese powdered foods. Even her fingers get welts. Yeah. Yep. You always have a positive attitude and the strength to get through these rough patches. Well, I've survived 100% of my life thus far. It's been rough. It's been rough, Tony. I've survived 100% of my life thus far. I am not afraid. I'm not. I think like things might happen, things might change, things might be, but that's what it is. Sending prayers for you, positive vibes. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, well, I didn't always have that attitude. I used to be really upset about my urticaria and stuff because I wasn't able, like when I was in high school, it was really like traumatic for me. It's still traumatic for me because like, when you can't work out, like they didn't ever let me go to gym class. I could never go to gym class. Then I had all these people ask me why you can't go to gym class. And then when I did do it, and I would break out and there'd be this whole medical emergency, then I had to deal with that. But it also caused like, body shame issues and stuff because when you can't do exercise, then the only thing you have control over is food. And so then that became a big obsession for me when I was younger, obsessing about food and how to that's the only thing I can control and, these different types of things. And people would really be mean, and they would say things like when I would have hives, and they would be like, "That's weird." I mean, we're kids. That's what happens. Watching from work. Is that Rebecca watching from work? um, so I really did have to deal with a lot of that. But you know what? And a lot of you know that I'm a drug addiction counselor. Before I was a drug addiction counselor, I was an alcoholic. So that taught me a lot of things too. Because running away from, I would try to run from some of my stuff, and it just, honesty is the best policy. I take responsibility to the best of my ability, of what I have going on, and just do my due diligence there. And if I can do that, then the rest of it, I'll put it up to faith or good vibes or whatever you say. Yeah. So I've had a lot of trials. So in the big scheme of things, though, my trials really haven't been that much. Thank goodness. So I'm just hoping for a good outcome. I'm hopeful things are going to be good. But me and Jeff are making a plan for, like, if I got to get some help or ask somebody to help me, come help me up here and do descriptions or photos or whatever. Because your girl's not going down on the beating dream. No. I'm like, no, we're just gonna keep on with that. But yeah. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. I just thought I was feeling good this morning. I thought I'd pop on, let you know how I'm doing, what happened. And then I'll let you guys know what's going on. I did get orders. I changed in the shop. If you've seen that, I put a little banner up on the top, and it said, instead of being 1 to 2 business days shipping like it normally is, it's going to be like 3 to 5 in case stuff happens. I got Jeff shipping. He shipped the other day for us because I didn't feel good. So, that Jeff, he's a good one. Yeah, so he's helping me. But yeah, I'll jump on again and I'll keep you guys posted. For the most part, I know that yeah, it's good to see you today as well. I know that next week the bingo is coming up, and I still have the bingo planned. I still am going to do the bingo regardless because we've had that planned. But other things are kind of hit and miss depending on what they say with the the videos and lives. I won't be live. Probably won't post new things in the shop. I definitely have to do a Jesse James video and a Bargain Beatbox video because I didn't do those last week. But I have those recorded already. I just have to edit them. So, anywho. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and enjoy the sunshine. It looks like the sunshine's going to be out, here? The sunshine's out here. I'm just going to be relaxing, hanging out. I have something similar. I tested positive, so many allergies that I get sick. Landed up in the hospital. Yeah. That's too bad, Donna. Positive vibes. Thank you for your positive vibes. Over problems, but I was an adolescent drug addiction counselor. Yeah. You have a week before bingo. Yeah, no stress. I'm sorry, I was just reading all your comments. Yeah, it's really rough when you guys, for myself and when other people get, weird, like, it's autoimmune deficiency stuff. Like when your body isn't doing what it should, and there's this real, there's a word for it. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a thing that's it's like when your body turns against you, you feel betrayed by your body, and it can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause a lot of things, and generally this happens mostly, in all adults, but more so in women when they get more up in age and start going through changes and things like that, and maybe medical issues take place, and then there's like this betrayal. But like I've had friends who've been diagnosed with some real serious medical stuff, like blood clotting disorders and things like that when they were very young, and I saw how that played out in young life, and it's really hard for people. So I'm just hoping that If I go with a positive attitude, maybe it'll be okay. Something happens, maybe it'll, as long as I'm got a positive attitude about it, maybe it'll be better. It might not be, but I enjoy your talks. Very down to earth. Hope you have a good partner in Jeff. Oh yes, Jefferson is good egg. Healthy vibes, healing vibes. Say it your way. Thanks, Stacia. Yeah, that Jefferson, he's a good egg. I get scared when he gets scared, and he gets scared when I'm sick. What's that say? Got a scratch on his body wounds and attacked it. Scratch his body. Would attack it. Oh yeah. Would you get a scratch? Yeah, things are weird. That I'm just trying to be grateful for what's yeah, happiness is my superpower. Happiness is my superpower. Me and Jeff just did, I don't know, we just did Superman stance in the kitchen before we did cooking. We just both did Superman stance. You guys. All right, well, I will keep you posted. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I'll let you go here. I'm sure people are going to be going back to the bead extravaganza and got things going on with the family or whatever. Illness problems you are mentioning. I am bedbound. Oh no. Positive attitudes are better. Yeah. Well, I understand when people can't be positive. I get it. But, nothing's happened yet. I'm just in the waiting period. Although I would honestly like to be able to see. Because how am I going to be able to see my beads if I can't see anything? How's that going to work? I thought about it. I thought, well, what can we do? And Jeff's going to build me something. That's oh, you guys. All right. Also, big shout out to Steve and Carolyn. If they happen to watch this or maybe in the rewind, they sent me some lovely music. It's Steve is Carolyn's husband, and he made some wonderful music for me to play on for my YouTube videos. So we'll see if I can get those incorporated in there. And he did all of the instruments and the singing, and it's wonderful. And I got a few CDs, so I'm super happy about that and grateful. Positivity gets me through the day. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will be back at some point. I'll let you know like I did today. And we will see you again. I will keep you posted. Bye for now.